On January 17th, thousands of Catholics, along with representatives of hundreds of like-minded religions and denominations, converged in the center of downtown Los Angeles, all saying in one accord, "We will not be silent."
And I said, I think that would be something that our young people need to hear.
We are standing up for the unborn, the developmentally disadvantaged, and we are standing up for life, from conception to natural death.
I think what the Archbishop is trying to do is give us an understanding that reverence for life covers all aspects, from natural birth until natural death.
People came by the busload, many from out of town, some from out of state, and the Diocese of Fresno was well represented.
A los que están en el vientre de sus madres y no se pueden defender.
Bishop Armando Ochoa made it his priority to be there personally, along with over 50 young adults from various parishes around the Diocese of Fresno, all under the supervision of our own Andrea Vasquez.
Hi, my name is Andrea Vasquez, and I am the new Youth and Young Adult Coordinator for the Diocese of Fresno. And here is a glimpse of our OneLife LA bus trip with the young adults of the Diocese of Fresno. When I heard about the OneLife LA from Sister Joanne Bauer, I was so excited. I immediately thought, wow, I really want to tap into the young adults of our diocese, so why don't we just get a bus and fill it up with young adults? And in the end, we had 40 plus young adults join us, and it was an amazing opportunity for us to get together, to build community, to share what we're doing at our own parishes, and also to share the needs that these young people have.
My name is Lupe Cisneros. I am with Our Lady of Victory Parish, and I help out with the Life Teen program. I got invited to the OneLife LA event from our youth minister here at Our Lady of Victory Parish. When I heard of the invitation, I thought, sure, why not? I'll go and experience it. That'll be an exciting event to stand up for life, because my stance has changed on it a lot from maybe an experience I had 10 years ago, where I was maybe pro-choice.
My name is Omar de la Cruz. I am part of All Saints University Parish in Turlock, California. I am part of Young Adult Teams of Our Lady, Akron and Seattle International Movement. All my motivations for the Walk for Life for OneLife LA was to be able to meet other youth, young adults my age, and to also let the world know that it's not just an older crowd or much younger crowd, but it's also a young adult crowd that supports everything the Catholic Church teaches. And so I wanted to make sure that that I was there and present, and how important that the war that's going on without many people realizing it, and I wanted to be on the side of the church.
I decided to attend because I realized that the sanctity of life is very important, and it's being challenged every day by abortion, euthanasia, all these crazy things, and I want to stand up and support life, so I'm here.
A lot of people talk about evangelization, you know, being an evangelist for the church, and a lot of people get scared of like talking about, you know, the Gospels or evangelizing. And that's one thing that we could evangelize, just being present. So, you know, it was one of those things that was like motivating. You know, it's something that people know where you stand without having you having to say anything.
Just like any movement in the world has happened throughout time, without the younger generation, without the following generation taking an active role in it, then it just dies, unfortunately. And sanctity of human life is too important for one generation to take it upon its shoulders. It's each generation's responsibility to share that passion, share that love, share the respect for sanctity of human life to the next generation, and make sure that they're aware of the immense road ahead of them. But who better than them to take it on?
It's important for young adults to be active in the pro-life movement, because we think that it's just something that it's an old teaching, but it's not. It's something that the church has taught since the beginning, and Jesus Christ has taught since the beginning, and it will always be teaching the movement. And it's just important for us to stand up for the faith and defend the church, defend the truth.
A lot of people think that the young adults are gone in Catholicism, that there's no one that's young and is still involved in the church, and it's really cool for us to make ourselves known, like, you know, that we're still here. I mean, even if people think we're gone, we can show them that we're not.
I think it's important for young adults to be active in the pro-life movement because we are the ones that are going to grow up and make the decisions of the future. You know, we're already almost there. I think that adults kind of look to us to see, like, oh, the young people, what are they thinking? What are they doing? So if they see us out there promoting life, they're going to see our impact on the future.
I think young adults are probably a little bit more of the active community. We're the ones that are out there using social media to communicate with each other. We're the social media generation. So people pay attention to things that are on Facebook. I myself, coming from the OneLife LA event, saw it all over Facebook because that's how I talk to my friends. So incorporating that with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I think it gets the word out there for those that might not be as connected with their parish as some of us are.
One of my favorite moments during the walk was definitely our bishop walking with us and praying with us. Bishop Armando Ochoa went up with Bishop Gomez to give the initial prayer, the initial blessing to all of those who walked, and he gently walked down afterwards to walk with his people. The people would come up and say, "Aren't you supposed to be walking with the bishops or the other priests?" And he gently would reply, "I want to walk with my own people."
The joy and the honor to be able to walk next to Bishop Ochoa and just a bunch of other bishops and the members of the clergy. At first I felt nervous, and I think it's just normal, but the nervousness goes away once you see that you're not alone. And just as like there's evil in the world, there's love, and love is greater, right? And so it's really awesome and exciting to see that your friends are with you, and not just your friends, but people that you don't even know, and are walking along and defending the truth, which is life, defending life in all aspects of life.
It really showed how we're a team. You know, it wasn't like they were in a special vehicle going next to it. You know, they were hanging out with us, and it's kind of cool to see that we are together. We're in a team, even though he's a bishop and I'm just a parishioner at a parish. I mean, we're standing in the same fight, and it's just awesome to be able to have them available like that. You know, they even took a selfie with me. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had the privilege to walk side by side with the bishop when he was praying the rosary, and it was amazing.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
I don't know if I've ever felt anything like that before. Just being surrounded by so many people who all share the same passion for life and praying the Holy Rosary at the same time. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had. It was awesome.
Walking in OneLife alongside the clergy, there was sisters there, other people from all walks of life, all different parishes throughout the state in the Central Valley. We walked and we'd never even met before, but it was like we instantly built that relationship of unity, and it was really awesome being able to walk like with the bishop, because we never really get to hang out with the bishop or even hardly see him unless you work with him on a daily basis.
Tell your story. Stories only have power when they are told. So don't waste your story by not sharing it. For you, you might write a book. You might take your next door neighbor to coffee. You might go work at a pregnancy crisis center. But you need to get out there and do something. You need to tell your story. You need to love on people. Stories have power. I want to tell you.
All of the speakers really stood out to me because they all represented a different type of pro-life movement.
My definition of survival is to continue to push through life in spite of what you're going through. That no matter how big of an obstacle, you keep going.
The young lady that was in the foster care program, where she expressed at her young age what she went through with suicide and not being loved and being neglected. And I remember thinking, wow, you know, she's so young and already she has this outlook on life.
My mother was very abusive, verbally, mentally, and physically. By the age of 9.5, I was placed in the foster care system. I moved to and from over 25 different foster homes and group homes for years, feeling guilty because I was in the situation I was in. I felt stressed, depressed, and ultimately lost. March 17, 2010 changed my life. I intended to take my life that day, but the universe had other plans for me. I often remember falling 30 feet to concrete. I can't believe that I survived my suicide attempt. While I was recovering in the hospital, I met a woman. She told me she was a person who found me, that she helped save my life. I will never forget that bright smile on her face as she handed me a stuffed animal and she said, "You're a miracle." That was an unforgettable experience, and it took that moment for me to appreciate life more. I'm a survivor because of all of these wonderful people around me. They make a difference in my life. All of us can make a difference in the lives of a child like me.
It was just encouraging to hear that she had someone in her life that was there to show her love, because I think that a lot of the young adults in the community that maybe aren't close to Christ and that aren't pro-life is because they lack that affection, that communication from someone who is already closer to Christ and is educated on pro-life. So they need to be encouraged to stand up and not let their life experiences bring them down or take control of their life to define them. Another speaker that stood out to me was Eduardo Verástegui, because he is someone who's been in the spotlight with his career. He's really put out that example that people can change their stance on the way that they look at things. For him to be in the Hollywood industry and to really stand up and say, I am pro-life.
So a friend of mine tells me, why don't you go to this medical center, this place, where young girls, Latina young girls that are pregnant, they go there to terminate their pregnancy. And because your movie is about this young girl who is pregnant, and she sees her only exit, she thinks, is to terminate their pregnancy. And your character is going to convince her not to do that, but offer her to adopt her baby. And my character in that movie saves her baby, right? So my friend tells me, why don't you go to this place to meet a young girl who is going through the same struggles that the character in your movie is going to. And I thought, this is going to be something very simple. You know, I'm going to go there, stop the first lady and say, hi, my name is Eduardo. I'm a filmmaker. I'm doing this movie. You know, how you feel? Hold on a second. Let me write it down. Okay. You know, I wanted to do my research. You know, I wanted to do my homework as an actor. When I got there, I was very nervous. I was very angry because I saw young girls going in to terminate their pregnancy. And all of them were Latina, young girls, 16, 17, 18. And I forgot about my movie for a second. And I saw that, and I wanted to stop the whole thing, but I couldn't. Next thing you know, this young girl from Mexico, she recognized me. The fact that she recognized me helped me to talk to her for like 5 minutes. And I said, you know what? We met for a reason. I'm from Mexico. You're from Mexico. can I talk to you for 5 minutes? And she said, can I take a picture with you? I said, sure. Can I have an autograph? Sure. But just give me 5 minutes. Okay, that's the condition. Great. We end up talking for like an hour. She told me her life. I told her my life. We talk about food, Mexico, our faith, music, her dreams, everything. We cry. I gave her like a little teddy bear. And then she lost her appointment because of my fault, right? Thanks be to God. And meeting her helped me in my character. It helped me in the movie to understand that the only exit is love. Love heals everything. Sacrificial, unconditional love. So anyway, when I moved back to Los Angeles, I received a call from her husband, and he started screaming on the phone. And I thought, he's just yelling at me, Eduardo, Eduardo. And I thought he was really mad. But no, he was crying. Eduardo, I want you to meet my baby. He was born yesterday. Can you come to the hospital because we are going to call him Eduardo, and I want you to meet him. I put my phone down. I couldn't speak. I never thought in a million years that by me going there to do my homework as an actor, I was going to be used by the grace of God as an instrument to save the life of Eduardito. Because when I went to the hospital and I was carrying that little baby in my arms, you know, he changed my life. He changed my life. I started singing songs to him. And that's when I looked up and I said, I want to be used as an instrument. And I want to fly around the world. And I want to talk to young people. And I want to invite people to not to be afraid to use their talents to save life at every moment. You know, especially the unborn babies.
So he's really made a change, and he's used that with the calling that God gave him to speak out for those that are the unborn.
Hopefully,
just because you are on a big-time stage as novelas and TV, that you can still stand up for the truth and defend the truth. And just his words, making it loud and clear that he doesn't shy away. He's not afraid of what he believes in and what he defends. And so that really had an impact on me.
The Smiths have a wonderful story to share with us today here at OneLife. Please join me in welcoming Rick and Abby Smith and their sons Noah and Jackson.
When I heard Noah's dad speak, it really broke my heart, I think, when I heard him say that instead of being congratulated on the birth of his child, the doctors told him, I'm sorry, because his son was born with Down syndrome.
And I'll never forget her words. Her first words to us about Noah's birth was not congratulations, it was I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, our OBGYN, she might have been sorry, but we weren't. Because we knew that Psalm 139 tells us that God has created every single person on this planet, you, me, Noah, the millions of babies in the wombs, that God knitted those babies together with a purpose and a plan.
We try to send this message of it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It doesn't matter, you know, all that matters is who you are inside, and that you are a child of God and that you are loved. So for me, it really broke my heart to hear him say that. That's what stood out for me.
Right here in our own neighborhoods, sometimes in our own.
I once heard that our world has an abundance of teachers but lacks witnesses. During this OneLife LA, we had the privilege of hearing many witnesses share their own story. And my hope for the young adults of our diocese is to take those stories, reflect on them, and realize that they also have a story to share. I hope that they can also share their story and inspire others to live lives that are fully alive.
Four years ago, I attended my first pro-life event. That was a really big eye-opener for me. You know, they tell you the statistics of how many babies are aborted, and I know now they have a bunch of signs and it says 1/3 of your generation is missing. And it's just so crazy because you think about how big the world is, and a whole third of people are missing from the planet. That kind of helped it click in my mind just how important it is, maybe not for you to go out and preach it on the streets, but just for you to be there walking, or, you know, help a friend who needs you. Anytime I see a homeless person, like, I try to give them anything, what's left in my wallet. I give them a holy card, like anything I have, just to make them feel like they're worth something, because they're sacred. Everyone's has like the best worth they could ever imagine, and they don't even realize it.
The church's teachings has always had a soft spot in my heart. I never really understood fully why until I started getting back into the church and getting more involved, such as teachings on abortion and homeless people, which there are brothers and sisters, and so, and I think it's in the book of Matthew, where Jesus talks about, when I was hungry, you fed me, when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink, right, along those lines. It also says, when I wasn't hungry, and it says, when did we see that? And so I take that to heart, because those are our people, and our people need us.
It's kind of given me a little bit of a push and a little bit of a motivation to try to be somebody better first and foremost, so that I can help those around me be motivated to do better for themselves. The homeless issue here in Fresno is huge, and I try to make sure that I do my part to help those people, because you never know where they were at what point or what their walk in life is. And so it's important to extend grace and to extend love to those people as well, because they are a community, they are children of God. And that's something that I've learned, is that we are all children of God, and God loves us all the same. I think the immigration issue is something that, for the most part in our state, is becoming really big. And I work with a lot of Hispanics that have to deal with immigration issues because of the labor shortage that there is out in the fields. And those are the people that I see with on a daily basis. And when I'm out there, I put myself in their shoes, how they must feel talking to someone that is trying to get them to sign paperwork when it's for their own benefit. And I'm just there to listen to them and to give them more benefits, and to appreciate the work that they do, rather than to go out there and judge them or, question why they're there, how they got there. It's more of an understanding that I have for them. Understanding that we all come from a place of love, and that's where we want to continue to go.
We are giving the message to our young adults that life is valuable and has the value to be proclaimed, defended, and embraced at all stages of life. And we're sending the message that the vulnerable, those who are marginalized, like the immigrants, like the homeless, like those who are in prison and don't matter, that they really do matter, that they're important, and that their dignity should be upheld and esteemed always. Ultimately, the greatest message that is held here is the message that their own life is valuable, that their own life is worth cherishing. It is my hope that all of the young people who participated in this event will take what they learned from this event and take it to wherever they are, in their parish communities, in their school, where they work, in their professional lives, that they are creating this culture of life wherever they are.
Right after we came back from OneLife, me and two other mentors that I went with, we shared our experience about OneLife with the youth. We were able to share with them what we did, what we experienced, what we saw. My hope is that especially the teenagers will open their hearts to every form of life. It always bothers me, to see someone homeless or just someone struggling, someone who's contemplating an abortion, maybe that they know, just to know that they can make an impact in someone's life in ways they never knew that they could, and just to stand out and promote life.
I would share with them the experiences that I had and the people that were there, and just the love that I felt. In all honesty, I was overwhelmed by joy with all the sisters that were there, the Carmelite sisters. And so just that joy and the happiness that was there, it speaks volumes for it. And I wanted to take that back to my parish and share with them the experience that I had. And, pictures, if I have pictures, and share with them also, just so they can see that it's something beautiful that's happening and will continue to happen.
The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb.
It just inspired me to see how many people were out there, and for me to come back and talk to people about it, just let them know how awesome the experience is. You know, you could hear it and hear it and hear, but when you attend these events, that's when everything just hits you, and you're just like, wow, you know, this is going on. It's not just what they tell us; it's going on every day.
We left feeling emotionally drained, but also thanking God because I knew
that's what I would like to talk about with others from my community, is to share with them that that we all stand for the same thing, that we all want to be loved and respected, and with that starts with the dignity of life. And if everyone would come to this event, I think everyone would be encouraged and motivated to take some kind of action in their community.
I'd like to invite all young adults from the Diocese of Fresno to feel one in this diocese, to feel as one young adult community. We have great activities that are coming. We're networking with many of the young adult groups, and it is our hope that we create this culture of life in our very own diocese, in our very own homes, in our very own workplaces, in our schools, in our professional atmosphere. You are not alone. We are praying for you. Our bishop has told you that he loves you, that he cares for you, and that your life is important. I would love to have all of you and all of us say, to follow Christ is good, as Pope Francis says. God bless you.